Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9 p.m. English news edition brought to you live from RTD channel. The top series of tonight's are. And at the head of the national news, the Egyptian Minister of Foreign Affairs attended the 21st session of the OIC Council of Ministers held in Jeddah. And on the international scene, an Israeli strike on the Nasser Medical Complex in Khan Younis killed 20 Palestinians, including 5 journalists. Welcome back in our newsroom. Djibouti's foreign minister attends emergency OIC meeting on Palestine. Djibouti's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation spokesperson of the government, Abdelkader Hussein Omar, took part in the 21st extraordinary session of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation held on August 25, 2025 in Jeddah. The emergency meeting focused on the ongoing Israeli aggression against the Palestinian people. In his address, the minister reaffirmed Djibouti's full and unwavering support both from the government and his people for the Palestinians' cause. He strongly condemned the repeated and serious violation committed by the occupying powers. He described the act committed in Gaza as war crimes and crimes against humanity and expressed deep concern over the international community's silence in the face of this humanitarian tragedy. Minister Abdelkader reiterated Djibouti's firm commitment to the principles of justice and international equality. He stressed that there can be no genuine peace without a full end of the occupation, the lifting of the blockade, and the establishment of an independent Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital, based on the 1967 borders. He called on international bodies, including the UN Security Council and the International Criminal Court, to fulfill their moral and legal responsibilities. OIC calls for suspension of Israel's UN membership over a Gaza violation. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has called for the suspension of Israel's membership in the United Nations, citing its ongoing crimes and violations against Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The OIC stated that these actions constitute a blatant breach of the UN Charter and the condition for membership. This position was outlined in the final press release on the 21st extraordinary session of the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers held at the organization headquarters in Jeddah. Djibouti's delegation attends opening of 5-star Serena Serova Hotel in Hargeisa. At the official invitation of the authorities of Somaliland, Djiboutian delegation led by the Minister of Commerce and Tourism, Mohamed Warsa Madiriye, traveled to Hargeisa yesterday to attend the inauguration of the new 5-star Serena Serova Hotel. The minister was accompanied by the Director General of the National Tourism Agency, Othman Abdi, and the ministry's technical advisor, Mohamed Ahmed Ayman. Upon arrival at the airport, the delegation received a warm welcome from their counterparts in Somaliland and several local officials. In his remarks, Minister Diriye expressed his appreciation for the generous hospitality extended to the delegation and highlighted the strong bonds of brotherhood and cooperation between the two nations, Djibouti and Somaliland. Djibouti's participation in this event reflects the quality of bilateral talks between the two sides and their shared commitment to developing the tourism and hospitality sectors in the region. We come back now to the country as summer ends. The capital prepares for a new season of activity. With the end of summer approaching, the capital is gradually returning to its usual rhythm after a period of seasonal calm. The streets are slowly coming back to life, signaling the close of the holiday season and the beginning of preparation for the new school year. The city is visibly changing. Once quiet main roads are again filled with the traffic and buses have resumed their regular daily routes. Markets are buzzing with activity and coffee shops are once again packed with customers, painting a picture of collective energy as the city prepares for the next phase. Families, for their part, are racing against time. Bookstores and school supply shops are seeing a growing influx of parents and children picking up notebooks, textbooks, backpacks, and other essential ahead of the academic year 2025-2026. Children too are preparing themselves, getting ready to return to classrooms, reconnect with friends, and embrace their daily life of the school year and lessons. Still with the national news, the Ministry of National Education launches annual training plan for 2025-2026 as part of its ongoing efforts to improve the performance of the education system. The Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training has launched its annual training plan for the 2025-2026 academic year. The plan includes a series of training sessions for teachers, school principals, and department heads held at the teacher training center in various schools across the capital. The primary objective of these sessions is to better prepare stakeholders for the upcoming school year by raising awareness around the Back to School campaign and enhancing support for all actors involved in the education sector. The training was supervised by the Secretary General of the Ministry, Mohamed Abdullah Mayoub, along with the Director General of Administration, Mohamed Almi, and the Inspector General, Mohamed Abdou, the Director General of the Training Center, Naima Ahmed Ismail, and the Director General of Education, Lula Ali Ilabi. Their presence underscore the Ministry's strong commitment to improving the quality of education. Over the course of the 2 days, several key topics were discussed, including an analysis of last year's examination results, the implementation of strategies to improve students' performance, and the importance of school evaluation as a cornerstone of transparency and efficiency in educational management. Teachers from all levels and various specializations also took part in the training, enhancing their pedagogical and methodological skills to better meet students' needs. And beyond the content delivered, the session offered participants a valuable opportunity to exchange experience in a constructive and collegial atmosphere. School leaders were able to share best practices, identify common challenges. Fishermen suspend activities due to the ongoing rainy weather. Due to the current rainy weather conditions affecting the region, the majority of fishermen have chosen not to go out to sea. Fishing boats remains docked at the harbor as the fishermen strictly adhere to maritime safety instruction issued by the relevant authorities. This cautious approach is driven by the increasing risk posed by rough seas, strong winds, and reduced visibility. The Coast Guard, in coordination with the Meteorological Agency, has issued several warnings advising a temporary suspension of maritime activities to ensure the safety of all seafarers. Local fishing communities have expressed understanding and support for these precautionary measures, recognizing the importance of prioritizing lives and equipment over economic activities during hazardous weather. The Coast Guard remains on high alert and continues to closely monitor weather development. Tonight, our magazine concerns the Mohammed Burhan Qasim ferry, a vital link between Djibouti and Oboh region. After 6 years of service, this ferry is taking an important step forward in its career. The Mohammed Burhan Qasim ferry had to stop due to a technical problem, but now it has been modernized with new engines to improve its reliability and performance. Since it started operating 6 years ago, the ferry has been a key part of national maritime transport. It connects Djibouti and Oboh region, helping local people move around, supporting trade, and making it easier to transport goods. thanks to regular maintenance by the Maritime Affairs Department. The ferry has continued to operate safely and regularly despite the wear of time and harsh sea conditions. The new engines are more powerful, more fuel efficient, and more reliable. This upgrade shows the authorities' commitment to providing a safe and efficient service that meets travelers' needs. And this morning, a sea trial was held to test the ferry's new capabilities. It was a symbolic moment that confirmed the success of the modernization and opened a new chapter for the Mohammed Burhan Qasim ferry. This trial marked the end of the technical stop and the start of a new phase focused on safety, reliability, and passenger comfort. With this modernization, the ferry is ready to fully resume its trips. This upgrade is a strong sign of trust for users and highlights the strategic importance of the Djibouti-Obo route. And to conclude with the national news, a serious traffic accident on Highway 1 near Wea causes major disruptions. On August 21st, 2025, at approximately 6 p.m., a severe traffic accident occurred between two heavy vehicles from Ethiopia on Highway 1 near the Wea Wadi. The collision caused significant traffic disruption, resulting in heavy congestion in both directions with no possibility for detours. The Wea Traffic Police quickly responded to the scene to secure the area, assess the circumstances of the accident, and immediately organize traffic flow. The removal of the damaged vehicles proved to be highly complex due to the extent of the damage, or the traffic conditions, and the heavy volume of vehicle on the road. Given the severity of the situation, a crane team from the gendarmerie was dispatched as a reinforcement, accompanied by officers from PK12 Traffic Police. Now we turn to the regional news. Kenya projects strong economic growth in 2025. The Kenyan government forecast its GDP to grow to 5.6% in 2025, up from 4.7% last year. This reflects the country's economic recovery despite inflation and fluctuation food and energy prices. To support this growth, Kenya is investing in modernizing infrastructure, boosting industrial and agricultural development, and creating thousands of jobs for youth and graduates. Careful fiscal and monetary policies are also in place to maintain economic stability. Football now. The Chan quarterfinals concluded with Morocco, Senegal, Madagascar, and Sudan advancing to the semifinals. The semifinal matches are scheduled for Tuesday, August 26, 2025, with Madagascar facing Sudan in Dar es Salaam and Morocco taking on Senegal in Kampala. These highly anticipated games promise excitement as each team competes for a spot in the final phase. On the international scene now, an Israeli strike targeted the Nasser medical complex in Khan Younis, southern Gaza, killing 20 Palestinians, including 5 journalists and a firefighter, and injuring several others. The attack hit the fourth floor of the emergency building, with a second strike occurring as rescue teams were evacuating the wounded. Among the victims were several well-known journalists and a fire truck driver. The United Nations announced that 2024 was the deathless year ever for humanitarian workers, with 383 killed and shocking and unprecedented toll. Most victims were local staff targeted while on duty or even at home. Additionally, 308 humanitarian workers were injured, 125 kidnapped, and 45 detained. In Malawi now, a drought and climate change have forced nearly 1 million people to flee their homes in Malawi, a country heavily reliant on rain-fed agriculture. Since 2019, Around 930,000 people have been displaced, including 400,000 in 2024 alone. Rising temperatures and population pressure worsen water scarcity and crop failure. And finally, Typhoon Kajiki struck the north central coast of Vietnam on Monday, bringing heavy rains and strong winds of up to 133 kilometers per hour. The storm caused uprooted trees, flooding, power outage, and significant damage in some provinces of the country. Nearly 30,000 people were evacuated and over 60,000 soldiers were deployed to assist. Authorities plan to evacuate more than 586 thousand people due to ongoing risk of floods and landslide. That's it for tonight news. Thanks for being with us and have a good time.